Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 14 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Last time we made our way to Great Fish Isle, but it looks to have been destroyed by some mysterious misfortune. Or at least the King of Red Lions is telling us it's destroyed. I guess we don't really have any frame of reference of what it's supposed to look like.
I'm pretty sure it was like this since the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
What if they actually had just an okay version of Great Fish Isle in the files? It's actually like that. It's actually just fine at the beginning of the game, but you never see it.
Well, Dan, I'm not a game designer, but I'm guessing that the original form of Great Fish Isle was a bit more dungeony, if you catch my drift.
That's true.
Yeah, but can't always get what you want.
No, this was actually just the dungeon, and they're like, oh, wait, this sucks. This isn't enough to be a dungeon. Let's send them somewhere else too.
Back to Windfall. The one place in this game where we definitely haven't already spent enough time messing around.
Listen, they only had enough time for one town. They gotta make the most use out of it.
Yeah, man. Milk it for all it's worth.
So, he said the name Jaboon.
Jaboon.
So, I'm guessing that's supposed to kind of be like referential to Jabu.
Yeah, they don't make it entirely clear whether it's the same entity. I guess maybe it's a situation like with the Koroks where like his name and his form changed like to suit the times.
Yeah.
Just like how the Great Deku Tree is a subtle reference to the Great Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. For all you real Zelda fans out there, paying attention.
Those deep cut references.
Mm-hmm.
You made the Great Deku Tree died?
Now there's a piece of heart you can get up on the... There's a little alcove that you can glide to from that spiral mountain that we just passed by. Shut up. If you notice, my magic bar is empty. I tried to get that heart piece, and I did point the wind in the right direction, thank you very much, this time. But I didn't have enough magic to make it all the way, so we took a bath.
I'm guessing there's a magic upgrade later?
Yeah, there's a magic upgrade that you can get shortly after you get the third pearl, which shouldn't be too far from now.
And then there's like a double magic thing, kind of like the double hearts thing from Ocarina, I think.
Yeah, double magic.
Or I guess
I'll show it off in part
more
16.
Like the one from Link to the Past, because that's actually like half use of magic.
No, the one in this game just doubles the length of your magic meter.
Well, I thought there was also one that, like, it puts a little, it goes an extra mile and, like, doubles it again, but it doesn't increase the length of the bar, it just makes magic using things take half as much magic.
I don't remember anything like that, so it's probably from A Link to the Past, if I had to guess.
Well, I know it's from Link to the Past, I just thought... See, I don't remember it from back in the day either, but I think I remember people talking about it. Somewhat recently, so I didn't know if it was like something that you have to do a lot of, something like esoteric to, just forget about me. I'm probably wrong.
I knew that one day we would find ourselves upon these cursed shores. Tingle Island.
Are we going there?
I would love it if the fish's hint was just like, I'm gonna be real with you, Link. Stay away from that island.
I'd love it if the evil storm was actually coming from Tingle Island.
That's what his brothers are doing up there. They're powering this storm.
Oh my god, it's like the windmill hut. They're turning that wheel to make the rain.
No, you know what's really going on here is that on one of these islands, Mewtwo is sitting perched atop his castle, wiggling his fingers around, and causing this storm to just go on forever and ever.
Y'all ready for that remake?
No. Moving on.
No.
So I think this is I forget which one of Tingle's brothers is which, but I think this is the one who's just some random guy that he put in a costume and like forced to turn this wheel around.
David Jr.
No, I feel like isn't David Jr. the one that you can only get with the Tingle tuner?
What?
Well, no, he has one brother that only shows up like after you collect all of the Tingle tuner exclusive statues, which isn't in the HD version, by the way, to my knowledge.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So who?
It's Tingle, Ankle, Knuckle, and David Jr.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think David Jr. is like the odd one out, despite his name.
So who headcanons Tingle's voice as being Edwin?
I do now.
It fits
That's
so well.
perfect.
Edwin from what?
Hey, Link, would you like a spot of tea?
Oh,
Yeah, just think of the Mad Hatter from
I
Yep.
see.
Alice in Wonderland.
From your favorite movie, Dan.
Oh yeah.
Now you love Tingle even
favorite.
more.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Don't worry, we're leaving. It's okay.
God.
Hey,
that
at least
movie
it's not the
sucks.
Tim Burton. At least it's not the Tim Burton Alice in
Oh
Wonderland.
god. That monstrosity.
Oh,
And speaking of monstrosities,
Oh.
watch me own this big octo
Man.
here.
He's
You got it.
back!
oh.
One punch!
That's all it takes. You're welcome.
I mean, we've seen it before.
Yeah, man.
Oh, let me guess, $20. You got
See,
20 bucks?
I kept trying to get these in like the vain hope that it would give me like a heart piece or something. That's the thing with the treasures. Like you never, you might say it's like a box of chocolates. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
shark.
He wants to know what you got. Oh, hey!
Oh, hey, we lucked out this time. My completionism actually gained us
Oh
something.
god. They're even
By the way,
faster?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can even keep up with the swift sail.
The
Oh,
sharks
man.
have their own swift sails. Swift
That-
fins.
That music tone was spot on.
Yeah, you Majora's Mask players should remember that shark. Though he was a bit bigger in that game. His name is Georg.
Georg.
Is it the same design?
It's the same creature, like it's named Georg.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the shark from the little cage in Ocarina of Time. That was just like a... it was just a sprite.
Like oh yeah, that was weird. It's just like a really
Really?
low res
Yeah.
like great white shark in like behind bars.
Yeah, I think
No
it was,
animation.
I think it was just a really simple texture on just a simple like sphere or something.
Yeah, that was weird.
He needs to
Yeah.
be free.
This can give me nightmares. I could really use a palate cleanser,
Yeah.
like some sort of mini game.
A miniature game.
Yes, a
What
game within a game.
A game? A game squared? Gameception?
Guys, it's closed. I'm sorry, it's closed.
Oh no.
Salvatore's got to get his sleep.
Salvatore.
Yeah,
Salvatore Dali.
minigame man. Remember this guy?
Wait, is this the guy? What? Oh,
It's so pure.
this guy. Oh my gosh.
It's funnier to me that it implies that he sleeps standing up.
No, what's
also
funny
holding
to
up a sign.
what's funny to me is the implication that he operates his game on Windfall Island during the day, and then swims here to sleep at night, standing up, holding that thing over his face.
That's great.
Hey, maybe it's like the maybe like the Beetle clan. Maybe there's a clan of Salvatores.
The Super Salvatore brothers.
Super Salvatore brothers.
Is it Salvatore or Salvador?
Salvatore, I believe.
Or is it Salvatore?
Like Tore, I think, is the spelling. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, commenters, but...
What if it's Salvatore, then?
As we call him down here in the South, Salvador.
One last stop I wanted to make before heading to Windfall Island is this fairy island to the north, because, you know, we seem to be running into the recurring problem of collecting rupees and not being able to hold them in our wallet. And go in the island first. Go in the island first.
Oh no! Oh no!
Are you having some sort of internal conflict here?
Internal? That's generous.
No, I mean like in the game.
Well, no, I was trying to find the spot because it like disappeers.
Oh, I thought you were just sailing between them, debating. Should I get the Great Fairy or the treasure first?
I was, in all honesty, I was probably looking at the gamepad.
Oh,
you wasted almost 200 rupees.
Yeah.
Wait, what else is there to buy in this game aside from the auction?
Nothing.
Depression.
Deciphering the Triforce charts.
Oh.
But
yeah, this
there
guy.
just throw rupees at you whenever you find the Triforce charts.
Now this telescope guy, you'll find him occasionally on these islands, and he's there to like point you towards some kind of secret that's not obvious. What he's looking at here, and what I'm failing to see, is a submarine surrounded by 3 rafts. I forget what the submarine has on it, and I might come back for this later, but I don't know. I don't think it's anything super important, so I don't know. Maybe I won't come back for it later.
Wait, what does blue chew juice do?
Restores you to max health and restores your magic.
Oh. Ooh, this track though.
What does a yellow chew do?
Tastes like lemon.
Makes me sad.
It brings pain and suffering.
I love this design so much.
I know, right? So like weird and cool.
Yeah.
It's weird and cool, man. Look at the bubbles. Yeah, definitely. I definitely prefer this more stylized Great Fairy design to the rather creepy ones from the N64 games.
So all you gotta do is just
you gotta
visit.
give some credit to the Breath of the Wild ones.
Yeah, the Breath of the Wild ones are
that
pretty.
Just straight up inflict varying degrees of sexual assault on Link.
Yeah.
How's he
I
not
don't think the ESRB played that part of the game.
But see, it's funny because he does the funny scream and then it does a fade out.
Whenever he rescues Zelda at the end, she's like, "You're a virgin, right?" He's like,
I used to be.
He just gets the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, I forgot how to speak again suddenly.
Dude, I loved the bit in Breath of the Wild that kind of gave some like, I mean, it's usually kind of hit or miss if something tries to like, if a game tries to explain like a long-running staple in the series suddenly. But I liked how they did it with Link being silent in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, he just like, well, I mean, see, the thing is,
he doesn't speak.
The thing
is
it
about
works,
him not speaking? Sorry.
Yeah, it works because it only applies to the Link from that game instead of it trying to be like a across all Links thing. Because like in Breath of the Wild, the explanation is that he's like Zelda's royal guard, and he doesn't really speak a lot because like all eyes are always on him, and he doesn't really want to like risk saying or doing something that would like be out of line or tarnish the image of the princess or whatever.
As a wise Lisa Simpson once said, "Better to remain silent and thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt."
Yep.
To which Homer replies, "What does that mean?" "Better say something or they'll think you're stupid. Takes one to know one." And it was funny because Dan Castellaneta said it, not me.
Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we are at Windfall. Windfall.
Windfall.
It's getting late, okay? I'm sorry.
Get down here, Wind Spirit. Give me your nails.
But before we go and have a chat with the pirates, we're going to drop off our green chew jelly with Potion Shop Man? I feel like he has a name, but I don't remember it.
He's like the same guy as the Kochi Dye Shop.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. In Breath of the Wild, they kind of reused this character design for the clothes dyeing shop in Hateno Village.
Huh.
That was a nice little nod.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Breath of the Wild is, like, there's so much stuff in that game. Like, so many places that they had to name, so that it kind of makes sense that they were drawing from, like, all of, like, Zelda's history with, like, character designs and,
Dude, the map
like,
itself.
referential names and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really hold it against him.
Oh, I love his jacket.
It's very sharp.
I'm a Ninja Turtle now.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, none of them wore green masks?
Oh, actually, he kind of looks like Krang's bodysuit.
Oh, God. I've never been... Nothing against him, but I've never been, like, a huge Turtle fan. Like, it just was never really my thing. Krang is one of the most off-putting character designs I've ever seen.
Dude, his original voice is off-putting. I feel you.
Yeah, I cannot stand to look at Krang. It just unsettles me.
He's like MODOK from Marvel, but like way
I was going to
tasteful.
say MODOK. He's just like a giant cylinder with a face in the center.
He's, you know what he is? He's like if Mother Brain and Quato had a child.
Ugh.
He's like if the MCP, as it's depicted in Kingdom Hearts 2, was just like a physical being.
So as it's depicted in Tron, more or less.
Yeah. What are you sneaking up on?
I'm sneaking up on these vines. Looks like some troublesome vines to me. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, this is how we get the bombs, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't go in the front, so we gotta enter in style. Guys, we found the story. It was in this bomb shop all along.
They tied up Mickey Mouse.
No.
They're here to steal from the Disney vault.
Gosh,
Let's see,
there's a hidden
Little
Mickey
Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King, Black Cauldron. Ugh.
They find Song of the South and just kind of like push it back under the rug.
I ain't gonna open that can of worms.
Song of the South. This one sounds good.
Oh, God.
I like songs.
Don't we all?
Good work, Gonzo.
Oh yeah, I love the names of some of these guys. Gonzo.
Oh, look at his little blush.
And his legendary descendant, Alfonso.
Friggin' Tetra. So savage. Oh yeah, announce your
You guys
plans.
realize we don't even have a Blu-ray player, right? It's ye olden times.
You don't even have a TV.
But Miss Tetra, fun and fancy free.
God. I
So
love
we
how
call it
Gonzo's
deep
just
cut.
so bashful.
Yeah.
And then Tetra's just like, hey, quit it.
I love how they're trying to express in G-rated terms, like all these pirates just want to go into town and like get wasted, trash the place.
She should have been a ninja, not a pirate. Then she could have left without a trace.
Yeah, but we already had Zelda be a ninja. Spoilers.
Whoa, Dan. I was gonna say. Now, one thing that I think they fixed in the HD... Okay, they kind of fixed it. They, in the original GameCube version of the game, those pirates carrying the barrels, like, didn't even have their hands on them. But it looks like they reanimated it for this one so that their hands are actually touching the barrels. So
that's a nice touch.
that was definitely worth $50 on this remake.
Little known fact: all pirates are telekinetic.
Unfortunately, they're also blabbermouths, so...
I was gonna say, this is the part where Link jumps off the balcony and just gets clotheslined by the ceiling fan.
Right?
They should have coded that as like an instant kill. Just like a horrible, like Conker's Bad Fur Day-esque death animation.
Yeah.
His blood and guts just go all over the room.
See that big ol' head of his roll along the floor.
Of course, if there was one thing that would just be the thing to gorily do Link in, it would be a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Oh god, this.
His one true enemy. And I didn't notice until the recording, or until rewatching this footage, that the insertion point for that keyboard is the Wind Waker. So that was kind of a nice touch.
What do pirates love more than treasure? Rum! I mean, treasure.
So that
Did I say treasure? I meant the sea. I screwed up the joke. Let's go on to the next one.
Sorry to
Dan, we don't have a next one. That was the only joke we've ever
knock,
written.
Knock. Who's there?
Aw, she has a poster.
Treasure. That's the password. Let's go.
Ooh, who's this?
Oh.
What happened to her?
It's the lady on the wall.
Is that Tetra's girlfriend?
I don't know, but she seems to have a lot of oddly familiar artifacts displayed in her room.
What if one of those pictures was just like a Harry Potter photo? Just like, hey, what are you doing in here, kid?
Dan, when you said Harry Potter photo, I don't know, maybe I've been watching too much Defunct Land recently, but the first thing I thought of was like Tetra at like the Universal Studios Wizarding World, like with like a walk-around character or something.
See, what you didn't know about Tetra is that she's a huge Harry Potter fan.
Mm-hmm.
She knows all the trivia, even the crazy stuff that J.K. Rowling came up with way after the fact.
They have Twitter on the high seas.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, Nico's got to have something to do while he sits on the boat and guards the bombs.
Give it your best shot, Swabby.
What if Link just left here? He's like, well, that's cool, but have fun
Guys,
in there.
Come on. I can't believe you would accuse Link of such a thing. He would never leave this man to starve in that room.
Tetra would.
So the difference between this one, as Nico illustrated for us, is that in the original one there were platforms for you to jump between. Not so for this one. You got to jump from rope to rope. But because of the updated swinging controls, it's still not too hard.
Yeah, there's no way to mess it up and time out on this one. Like, it's way easier. I have timed out on the original just because the controls are so bad.
Oh yeah, I remember the original, that even the first minigame having a reputation of just being like the hardest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about
the first time I played the Wind Waker, I got to this point and I don't know, I guess I kind of gave up. And I used my friend's action replay to...
yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, I've told you guys this story before, but I'll tell it on the record. I used my friend's action replay to hack bombs into my inventory. Unfortunately, what it did is... Well, it did a couple of things, but the main one is, like, it hacked, like, the slot for bombs into my inventory, but it didn't make bombs spawn in the overworld. Like, it didn't trigger, like, the event that allows me to, like, buy or find bombs in grass. So, I was, I couldn't progress, really. But for some reason, it reverted the weather back to normal, but kept, like, the ominous, like, Ganon curse version of the Great Sea theme playing at all times. And it was weird. I played this game for, like, weeks like that, because I just refused... Like, that was how I discovered the Tingle Tuner. Because I just refused to abandon that file, and I just started, like, messing around with Tingle and, like, see... I actually got, like, all the way up to the boss of the dungeon we're about to do just by using Tingle, like, to buy a bomb whenever I needed bombs.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't defeat the boss because you can't use the Tingle Tuner in in boss battles. So that was where my initial playthrough of Wind Waker ended, and
did he forget he had that rock in his back pocket the whole time?
oh no, the King of Red Lions has been using it intermittently.
Oh, what a hacker.
There, Nico. No one will bother you now.
Dead.
You're safe.
He can't go bowling now.
Oh.
With
Where
his
would you go
cousin.
bowling?
On the deck.
Pirates
of the
just
ship.
have a bowling alley inside their ship.
They go bomb bowling.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
That's
with the
not-
bombs.
Well, they would have gone bomb bowling if Nico hadn't given them all a link, but
Oh.
Huh.
now that we've got bombs, it's time to head for our next destination, so join us on Friday when we head back to Outset Island.